Good morning, children. I hope you all are doing well at home. Now, let's look at the image and read the words. Walk, run, sleep, play, read, write,
Listen,
jump,
eat.
Now, what are these words? These words are action words.
And action words are known as verbs. Verbs are also called as doing words. Now, let's read the definition of what is a verb. A word that shows an action, state, or an event. It is an essential part of a sentence and is also known as the soul of English language. Example, they study English grammar. That is an action that's indicating in it. We sleep at night. That's showing a state. And the third example, we celebrate Eid. That is an event.
Kinds of verb. First, regular verb, irregular verb, linking verb, transitive verb, intransitive verb, finite verb, infinite verb. Now we will be understanding each topic one by one. Regular verb. A verb that is past, that is the second form, and past participle, that is the third form, is made by adding d or ed. It is called as regular verb. As you can see, the first form, walk, is written. In the second form, we have added ed to it, and the word is walked. In the third form, again we have walked. The second word example, you can see talk, talked, talked. Coming to irregular verbs, it is the formation of the verb is otherwise than the regular verb. It is called irregular verb. As you can see now in the formation, the first form it's written the word short, second form shut, and third shut. So here you can see we have not added d or ed to the word. If we would have added d or ed, it would have been regular verb. And in irregular verb, you can see the formation, it changes entirely. It's not that adding just d or ed like in the regular verb. Let's read the other example. Drink, drank, drunk. Break, broke, broken. Now, as it's given in your book, the words like strong verbs and weak verbs is given. You have there a list which you'll have to study. Okay, now coming to what are strong verbs? Verbs which form their past tense by simply changing the vowels without adding ed, d, or t are called strong verbs. The other name for strong verbs are irregular verbs, which I've already explained to you. Now coming to the weak verbs, which is also can be said or referred to as regular verbs. Verbs which form their past tense by adding ed, d, or t to the present are known as weak verbs. You can read the examples. Next is linking verb. A verb that links or joins the subject with another word in the sentence is called as linking verb. As you can see the verb there, Ali was the winner of the race. Now was is the word that is linking winner and the subject Ali.
Now let's come to the next topic, that is transitive verb. A verb that needs object to complete itself is called transitive verb. And what is an object? An object that needs, this object is necessary to complete the meaning. Okay, like example is here, Melinda sang a solo. The word solo here is the object on which the action is done by Melinda. What she sang? A solo. So here solo is the object. Transitive verbs are always made of two objects, that is direct object and indirect object. Okay, now what is a direct object? As you can see now how we can find a direct object. Subject plus the action verb plus what or whom, that makes the direct object. Example is there, mom ate cookies. Now to find a direct object, find the subject. Here the subject is mom and the action verb, that is the word ate. Then ask what or whom received the action of the verb. What or whom, that means subject plus action verb plus what or whom. Here now mom ate whom. Now can it be possible mom ate whom? No, it can't be, because whom is always related to a person and your mom can't eat a person. So mom ate what? The answer is there, cookies. So cookies is the direct object. Coming now to the next examples. Marilyn forgot her keys and phone. Now here Marilyn is the subject, forgot is the action verb, and you know the direct object is what? Subject plus action verb plus the that answers to what or whom. So Marilyn forgot her keys and phone. Now you can see here we have two direct objects that is answering to what? Marilyn forgot what? Keys. So that is a direct object. Okay, Marilyn forgot her keys and phone. Now we have the other object also, that is the phone. What she forgot? Keys and phone. So keys and the word phone, they both are direct object. Second example, Luke wore gloves and a jacket. Luke is the subject, wore is the action verb. Luke wore what? It's indicating to two that we have in the sentence. Gloves, jacket. So gloves and jacket, they both are direct objects. Indirect object now. The object being who receives the direct object is called indirect object. Sentence with an indirect object usually contains a direct object as well. Example, I gave my brother some money. Now, on whom is the action being done? I is the subject, give is the verb. Now, on whom? Whom did he give? Brother. So, brother is the indirect object. And what he gave? Money. So, money is here the direct object. Second one, my brother is asking me a question. Whom is he asking? Me. So, here me is going to be the indirect object. And what is he asking? Question. So, question here is your direct object. Me indirect object, question direct object. Now, let's come to the next example. He gave his teacher an apple. Now, he is the subject, gave is the verb. He gave what? What he gave, is it answering to what anywhere in the sentence? Yes. What he gave? An apple. So, I told you that answers to what? That is going to be a direct object. So, here in the sentence we have an apple, that is a direct object. And here now he gave whom? It's answering to whom? Is it answering anywhere? Yes. He gave whom? His teacher. So, here the word his teacher is going to be your indirect object. Now, remember in this pattern the order of the objects may be switched like this. You can interchange the words. He gave an apple to his teacher. Even though we interchange the sentence few words, but the direct and indirect object is going to be the same. Now, coming to the next kind, that is intransitive verbs. A sentence with an intransitive verb only has a subject and a verb. So, it's very easy now. We don't have any object, neither any direct object nor indirect object. Okay. And the sentences that have direct and indirect are transitive verbs. And intransitive are those where we don't have any object, only the subject and the verb. Example, Fabrico is sleeping. Now, here Fabrico is sleeping. Fabrico is the subject and sleeping is the verb. Do we have any object? No, but it's making a complete sense. Okay. Andrea is laughing. Andrea is laughing. Laughing is the verb. Andrea is the subject. We don't have any object. So now we can give a definition for intransitive verb. That is a verb that does not require an object to complete its meaning but has a complete meaning by itself. That is known as intransitive verb. Example, I can give you now. The child smiled. Now, the child here is the subject and smiled is the verb. We don't have any object, but it's giving us a complete meaning. The sentence is meaningful. So, now here that smiled word, that is intransitive verb. So, now I hope you all are familiar with the definition of verbs, the direct and indirect objects. transitive and intransitive verbs. Okay, and our next topic we are studying is now auxiliary and main verbs. Verbs are either main verbs or auxiliary verbs. We have here 14 auxiliary verbs, as you can see: be, have, will, would, can, could, may, might, shall, should, ought to, used to, must, do. All other verbs are main verbs. Now, auxiliary verbs are used with main verbs to form tenses and passive forms. Be, have, and do are primary auxiliary verbs. They are special because they can be used both as an auxiliary verb and as well as the main verb. Coming to the next topic, that is modals. All auxiliary verbs with the exceptions of be, have, and do are called modal auxiliaries or simply modals. Modals are used to express ideas like possibility, ability, permission, obligation, and suggestions. Now we have only one form here of modals, and they are never used alone except in question tags. As last year you have already studied the words as can, could, may, might, will, would. So these were what? Modals. Okay. Now coming to finite and non-finite verbs. The ing form of the verb, like the verb plus the ing form, like singing, praising, dancing, and the to form of the verb, that means to plus the verb, that is to sing, to praise, to dance. These words are called non-finite verbs. That means ing, adding ing to the verb or adding to the verb. Okay, and all the other verb forms are finite. The to forms are also called infinitives. That means when you add to plus the verb, they are called as infinitives. And the ing forms may be either participles or gerunds. You will have a separate unit for these, so I'm not explaining you much in detail. Now let's come to the chief parts of a verb. The chief parts of a verb are, we have already studied the first form, the second form, and the third form of the verb. The present tense, the past tense, and the past participle. For example, the chief parts of the verb go, the word go are go, that is in the present tense, went, that is in the past tense, and gone, that is in the past participle form. And they are called the chief parts because we can form all the other parts of a verb with their help. I hope now you have understood the entire topic because we have completed this unit 6 verbs with this.